Hey everyone, it's Sungod. Let's spend 10 minutes on learning on how to itemize and carry your games with Diana. Ignite and Teleport with Flash are the most common spells on Diana. You can go for 4 sets of rune pages on her: Electrocute, Conquer, Phase Rush, and finally Grasp. Electrocute is the conventional build. You want to go this rune page when you're trying to burst a singular target that's not very mobile. It's great into squishy champions without escape. Phase Rush is going to be great into champions that are mobile and squishy. The downside is that you do have to run TP with this build. It works better in higher elos. Phase Rush is used as a hit and run keystone as opposed to going all in without an escape. The items for Diana are extremely flexible. First, Lichbane is a must-have. Choose your components based on the amount of gold that you have. If you have 1100 gold, prioritize the X-Tech Alternator. If you have 850, go for the Idle Wisp. Always prioritize the stronger component based on the amount of gold that you have. Sheen will always be your last priority, however, as it provides no AP but it's a necessary component for Lichbane. Sorcerer Shoes for more damage early on, Mercury Treads against crowd control. The second and third item is going to be dependent based on what's happening in the game. If you're ahead, it's a good idea to incorporate a Zonia if they have champions that can still shut you down fairly easily. It's great for teamfight, especially if your team already has a lot of damage. You can do the engage part and your team will do the cleaning up. Storm Surge is a bait item, I don't recommend going for it ever. You can go for the Conqueror build if you're looking for extended fights. Adapt a secondary build based off what you need. There isn't a lot of changes here regarding the items. Prioritize Landry and Riftmaker if you're going for extended fights overall. Grasp of the Undying is a great rune for more experienced Diana players. You really need to know your limits with the rune page as it's a mix of damage as well as tankiness. Your laning phase will be great and you'll do 20 damage per order early on while stacking your HP. It will stack infinitely and still provide you with a good amount of damage later on. However, it has its limits. When you get into the mid to late game, you'll find yourself having a harder time to close out games as you'll be weaker. In general, you want to go for Grasp of the Undying if you want to be the front line of your team while still having a decent laning phase transition to mid game. It's very suitable for snowballing. Don't try to play Grasp if you're a low elo player. You'll not only disgust yourself but also your teammates. Since you have a harder time to close out games in lower elos, this rune is not suitable for less experienced Diana players and lower elo players. If you're fighting AD champions without CC, you can go for the build as shown in the screen. First, go for the boost to jump damage, then Sunfire Cape if you're good at less hitting minions. At that point, you shouldn't be scared of anything. The second item will be Riftmaker so you can have more damage in prolonged fights, Abyssal Mass to increase your damage, great with Riftmaker's passive, Zonia to increase your resistances, as well as having a safe opening with your ult. Adapt your build based off the situation. If you're fighting against AP champions without CC, it's essentially the same build order. Look at the items on the screen and replicate. Adapt with Abyssal Mask if needed. If they have CC and you're against an AP champion, rush Mercury Treads. Into Rod of Ages, look to get Catalyst as fast as possible, as you'll be incredibly tanky. If an AP champion in their team becomes really tanky, you can always adapt with Abyssal Mask if needed. Adjust the order of the items according to a situation. I recommend these builds and runes to absolutely everyone. Now, how do we fight our opponent? If you're against a melee champion, it's recommended to not push the minions too fast. Leave a big distance for a chase. You can Q the minion as well as your opponent for a kill opportunity. I'll use my Q here to hit the Yone as well as the minions, and he will get level 2 first, but it's not a big deal. The situation is comfortable for me as I will be able to chase him afterwards, and he can't outpush me due to my AoE. He gets level 2 here, but I'm in a really good situation. If I keep my HP as high as possible as well as having the wave on my side, I'll have a great opportunity for a kill window. If you push towards them, we'll be fairly weak, as we won't be able to chase them down under the turret. But in this situation, where this Yone is dead, and he can't actually do anything, Yone essentially pushed without considering my strength and weaknesses, and therefore I have full priority to do whatever I want in this situation. Look at this Yone here.
Death rejected me, but I'm sure it will welcome you.
When he walks up, we want to instantly engage with Q and E, auto attack with your passive, walk away so the minions can't hurt me, I don't let him stack his lethal tempo. Here, I predict that he will Q onto me, so I let my Q to leave a mark on him and dodge, and now we get level 3 so we can just EW, proc passive, dodge his W, and kill him. We started the fight with 500 HP and we finished with 500, how cool is that? Alright, Q, E, then auto attack, W, then dodge his W, auto attack, make him come to terms with the truth, stack your passive, Q ignite, and proc the passive, E to disengage, and the kill is secured. W before the burst, Q auto attack E, and then E again to grill the fish. When it comes to hard melee matchups, take Grasp and try to hit your Q on them. Enemy laners will often underestimate this rune. Against a ranged mage, try to keep your HP as high as possible unless it would Q and try to hit your opponent at the same time. Same story, extend the lane as much as possible so you can Q and E to their face. Since Ahri just used Charm, we know that Ahri's Charm will come back to 13 to 14 seconds. Auto attack the minion fast to get your passive, hit your Q if possible, and get level 3. E on Ari, then W. We kept our Q, so it's ready to be thrown again. He refused to accept it, so we just QE, then ignite, kill secured. Don't be scared to E, even if you don't have a mark on them. If you want to proc your electrocute, for example, as chunking them down does a lot for lane. This time, we just hit Q, and we don't use E, wait for the QCD, and then just EW auto attack. Okay, he doesn't have Q anymore. Prepare your passive, and then QE again, back instantly and get your passive again, wait for a chance, 3, 2, 1, okay. Grass is ready, distance is just right, QE, then ignite, E to come back, kill secured. When we have R, try to find a chance to just ER with your jungler. It's a really easy kill, as you have a great setup with your ultimate, and you can just burst someone down instantly with your jungler. There's no need to wait for your Q. Diana is a snowballing champion. If you have an opportunity, get as many turret platings as possible, and if you have some free time and can't get platings, look to roam to kill the enemy jungler go side lane. Especially if you're against weak side laners, keep abusing them. If you're getting ganked, don't worry. Proc your passive, QE, then auto attack, the enemy jungler shows up, we are instantly and we focus on auto attacking. Dodge barriers E, and if you're trying to escape me after ganking me, you'll die. You have to keep looking at the map. Try to have good vision before making a play in side lane, and if there is no one showing, back off. Tier 2 turrets are really important as they give 700 gold. If we need to teamfight, whether you're AP or hybrid build, you always need to prioritize the squishy high DPS champions, especially if you can pull them closer to you with your R. If your team starts a teamfight, you can try to engage either way and protect your ADC. Try not to lose your E. Diana is a really easy mid laner and jungler. I hope you guys have fun playing her. If you guys are interested in getting coached by me, make sure to check the description down below, join my Discord server and DM me. Peace.